Well, I think it's really important. So one of the things I want to sort of try and get around slightly is that, sure, we've all probably heard all about as much we can ever hear about COVID-19. So I think we should look towards the future. And I think the biggest issue and the future of the healthcare system is dealing with one specific issue, and that is childhood obesity. I think the childhood obesity epidemic has really been overlooked tremendously. And in a lot of countries, both developing and developed, we're getting towards 20% childhood obesity between the ages of 5 and 19. And this is an enormous issue for lifelong healthcare, because this is just the trigger that pulls so many other types of aging-related disease. And I think it's largely underappreciated, and it is really an issue with respect to the new types of both health monitoring and also therapeutics that we can try and introduce. We really have to, for a long time in the aging world, we've been considering how therapeutics work in aged people. We have to rethink. This has to be now, how do therapeutics work in actually young people, and to deal with the differences of interventions for young adults. And in a way, we have to see this. So my phraseology with respect to how we do this is we need to modify the trajectory of disease before it actually takes place. So, and this is important with respect to designing new therapeutics, because essentially what you're potentially looking at is designing agents or interventions for people that might not present classical signs of age-related disease, but technically they are. The molecular signatures of them are still there. They're just not ripe and fully developed yet.
Well, there are a lot of reflection about this topic. I work for the National Health System as a surgeon and researcher, or as you said, 6 systems, because that's right. We are completely with any kind of system that is public or private or mixed models, completely in the wrong direction. And I believe that the situation is getting worse in the last decade. We are simply treating, in reality, acute emergency patients. We treat advanced cancer. And what about chronic degenerative chronic disease and about age-related disease? Nobody cares in reality, because there is a parallel system. You have the blood hypertension, I give you this pill. You have the diabetes, I give you these other ones, is symptomatic control, so-called management treatment that is an awful word. What you manage a disease? You have to treat, you have to cure a disease, not manage. Cancer management is a terrifying word. It doesn't mean anything. So I think that everything needs to take a different direction. Of course, there are different levels of discussion. There is a social problem, so you have to warrant always emergency and so on. But of course, for preventing our age-related disease, we have to move in a different healthcare platforms.
I think we have 2 key problems here. One is that we are treating symptoms. We are not treating causes of diseases, and we are treating them way too late. We are treating them when everything is like, when the avalanche has already passed and everything is in ruins, and then you are trying to fix it. And this is not fixable anymore. But the problem is that the way we are funding both research and the management of patients is not suitable for prevention. So there is no way to get proper funding for disease prevention, even for research in disease prevention. And the second big problem is that we are treating everybody as a standard example of Homo sapiens. And there is no standard human. There are no two people who are the same. Even identical twins will not be the same. And so we have to move into personalization. So personalized medicine, which then again is making everything extremely expensive. So all our healthcare budgets are falling apart because all these new drugs are so expensive, and you have to find a way who to treat and when to treat. So I think the only thing what we can do is start thinking more about keeping people healthy and not treating the diseases. And we'll have to find a new way of funding that.